Thanks, Shelby, and good evening, everybody. You know, this is pretty amazing to be here. I actually did a huge stint on the board of the Keystone Policy Center for about 12 months and then got sucked into the Obama administration and had to resign. So I'm happy to be back and helping out, and this is very exciting. It's also a real honor for me to present this award for so many different reasons. I've worked with Toyota and General Motors, both at EPA and in my current job, working on climate issues, and when I was at EPA, we worked together to develop low-emitting standards for automobiles that are reducing greenhouse gases all over the world, really, when that technology gets transferred out. And these are two companies who obviously, you know, are both competing for the same consumer. Yet they're able to join together to look at how they can use the land that they own, which is not insubstantial, and improve the habitat on that land, and improve the habitat in ways that are very important for things like migratory birds. I think Shelby mentioned the Audubon Society, pollinators, and other really important species. You know, I've also admired the work of the Wildlife Habitat Council. I even got involved at one time in looking at their awards and their certification program when I was at the Audubon Society, and using birds sometimes as an indicator of how successful the habitat restoration work is. And they have been around since 1988. They have over 1,000 different projects around the world that they've been working on, and that's bringing people together. And the key here, and I think part of the spirit of the Keystone Policy Center, is that collaborative spirit between what normally might be competitors in the automobile sales and a group that has had years and years of experience of bringing the corporate partners together to improve habitat. So it is my honor to present this award to the Wildlife Habitat Council, the Toyota, and to General Motors.
Thank you, Bob, for saying those nice words about us. Thank you to the Keystone Policy Institute for recognizing our work. Thank you to Kevin Butt and Greg Martin from Toyota and General Motors, respectively, for coming out and receiving this award with us. Biodiversity is never at the top of mind for corporate landowners. Of the Fortune 500 global companies, only 10% have biodiversity goals in their sustainability plans. And if you read those goals, they're, let's develop a plan, let's develop another plan. Very few of the companies are actually implementing biodiversity projects on their lands. And those that are generally in the extractive sectors. So why would a car company want to work to do biodiversity projects on their lands? Well, you're going to have to ask Kevin and Greg that question, because it's for a variety of reasons. It's for a reason that brings biodiversity back into places that it hasn't been for a long time. It's a reason to engage community in biodiversity programs that are meaningful, and it's a reason to get employees out on their lands. So when we look at what General Motors and Toyota are doing across their land holdings, across the world, those 90% of global 500 companies that do not have biodiversity goals are missing an opportunity to benefit people and planet. So thank you very much.